My question is to the Minister of Labour. Double-headers are full-time professional firefighters who also provide volunteer services. Minister, I understand that many rural and small municipalities rely on double-headers to protect local homes, families, and businesses. For many years, almost 2 decades, in fact, double-headers who volunteer in small rural communities as firefighters have faced the potential of disciplinary action and even threats to their full-time jobs because of how they choose to volunteer in their free time. Many of these double-headers have been forced to stop volunteering for fear of fines and disciplinary action. Can the Minister explain to this House what the government is doing with regards to double-headers and how this will benefit the many communities relying on these volunteers to stay safe? Thank you.
Minister of Labour.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to thank the member from Mississauga East Cooksville for his tireless work in his community. And, Mr. Speaker, one of the first speeches I gave right here in this legislature was on the importance of protecting public safety and the need to protect our professional firefighters who, in their free time, act as volunteer firefighters in their communities. These heroic double-hatters are some of my community's most dedicated volunteers. They are protecting their neighbours' lives and homes. Through Bill 57, our government is enshrining the right of our professional firefighters to volunteer their time whenever they want and wherever they want. Hundreds, if not thousands, of Ontario's professional firefighters are double-hatting. These amendments will allow municipalities to resist any pressure to dismiss professional firefighters for double-hatting and ensure that they do not face penalties for choosing to serve their communities as a volunteer firefighter.
Thank you. Supplementary. Restart the clock. Supplementary.
Thank you, Minister, for that explanation. Through you, Mr. Speaker, it seems not only strange but also wrong that firefighters would face disciplinary action and persecution for choosing to volunteer as firefighters in their own communities. We know that double-headers care deeply for the health and safety of their communities and that fire chiefs across rural Ontario depend on their double-headers to provide training and mentoring to other volunteer firefighters. Can the Minister tell us what this government is doing to permanently protect professional firefighters who are keeping our communities safe in rural Ontario?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have waited 15 years for the province to take action. And if passed, our changes will prohibit associations from disciplining members for double-hatting, allow municipalities to resist any pressure to dismiss double-hatters, ensure that professional firefighters cannot face association penalties for double-hatting, and perhaps most importantly, our legislation will apply those protections retrospectively. Today in Ontario, there are 18,000 volunteer, 11,000 full-time, and 600 part-time firefighters. In other words, Mr. Speaker, 60% of Ontario's firefighters are volunteers. I am hopeful that Bill 57 may not only protect today's double-hatters, but will also welcome back firefighters who found other outlets for their volunteer community service. Mr. Speaker, I'm very proud of that piece of legislation.